Hey everyone, it's Millie.
It's Gabby.
And welcome back to a new season of Change by Degrees.
Yeah.
And I'll actually introduce it properly this time, correctly. It's season 5.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Wait, that's not. Yes, it is right.
Yeah, don't mess me up.
No. I was thinking
looked through.
Season.
We had 1 year, season 1, 2, 3 was
4,
the summer.
5. You're right.
And then 4 was last one.
Okay.
Now we're on 5.
No, you're correct. All right.
So no, I didn't mess anything up. And we're in 2021 for starters. 2020 is over.
We're 12 days in. Time of recording
12 days
this.
in. And I already kind of hate it. I told
already am
Gabby
kinda
I'm going to
done.
open
Yeah.
with it doesn't seem like 2021 is going to be any better. But we need to, we had a meeting yesterday and we both went in telling each other, manifest your goals. So,
Which we say, we say that. We don't really know what it means. We're just like, let's say that.
But yes, even though we can't explain to you what that is, we want you to take that statement and just visualize it, live it, manifest your goals.
Apply that to your life.
Apply that to your life because we both got a little dragged. It was all good. A very kosher experience. I enjoyed it for the most part. Good to have. You didn't? You wasn't good?
I will say nothing about whether I enjoyed it or not.
But no, it's a little push in the right direction. We learned a lot. We're experiencing a lot currently. We have homework, SMART goals.
I'm gonna hate that by the end of
7 days.
Yeah.
Or the end of our lives. But no, it's good. We had Christmas, New Year's. I mean, my New Year's was boring, but that's always
hopefully
been the case.
everybody's was boring because you should all be at home, not partying.
Drag
so
them.
if
And
everyone's
what did you actually do? Because we were watching. We
sat
always
here.
watch the ball drop in New York, and it was really late.
See,
No,
I don't
me.
have cable, so I didn't even
We
watch
watched it
that.
on YouTube.
Oh well, I didn't even think about that. They were streaming it live. They were doing that. Oh,
And so it
Wow.
was the clock turned, obviously it's a new year, and then 45 seconds later the ball's Happy New
it was
Year.
late?
It was late.
Oh.
And I was so confused.
Why did they not?
Yeah,
they
dude,
just
that's
somebody.
how 2020 really. Someone
They
was
were
the year will.
They were like,
Say
dude,
it.
who cares? Just let's do this thing.
It really.
Yeah,
so
it
and you had
didn't-
like 2 cats there
Yeah.
in the
So
camera.
it was really Al Roker, and I know there were people doing stuff. I know Jennifer Lopez showed up.
I didn't see it. I
that's
saw
all
the
I
last
know.
performance and I was like, what is going on? I could tell that everyone hated.
All I know
Everything
is
was going
that
on.
she slid on her knees and almost hit the cameraman, and then it became a meme on Twitter. I think that was at New Year's. I don't know, but
Who knows?
and everyone
It's
was like,
fine.
"Why is Jennifer Lopez doing this?" But yeah, I didn't do anything. I watched a movie. I drank a little bit, not a lot. I just had I had
I
a
didn't-
beer, and then I actually don't remember what I even watched.
that memorable.
I watched 2 or 3 movies that whole day because
Oh,
I
really?
didn't leave my apartment that
Mm.
whole day because there was nothing to do, and I didn't want to do anything, and it was really, really quiet in my complex. So I was like, let me not
Eerie.
ruin the mood. Yeah,
Oh, I hope this dog doesn't bark.
he hasn't barked yet. So
We have neighbors and
yeah,
the new setup. I forgot to introduce. This is Gabby's apartment.
it is. It's pretty good. It's okay. It's I mean, this is the living room.
I love how you're analyzing
I
the
know. I'm
place
just
you
I
live
don't know.
in.
It's
and-
it's here it is.
but it looks nice. That chair is from our beloved boss.
Yeah,
Tim.
it's
Good
super
statement.
comfortable.
It is. I'll
It's
say.
it's very comfortable, and I sit in it at night, and that's where I read when I'm done with the day. I'm go sit in my chair, go read. I feel so old,
All right.
because I have yeah, I have a chair now that I go sit in and read. I
That is
feel
very. I
it's
have
a very old
futon
thing. Yeah,
Chair. I mean, it's very nicely decorated. You have your books.
yeah. I need to get a bookshelf right there.
Are you all moved in, or do you still have stuff to get?
No, I'm pretty, for the most part, moved in. The only thing that I'm probably going to have to go back and get when the weather gets warmer is summer and spring clothes and stuff. Because I just kind of took all the stuff that I would be wearing
For winter.
right now for
Yeah.
winter or whatever. And then I have more short sleeve shirts and tank tops and stuff at home. But I'm not getting that right now because it's 30 degrees outside.
Talk about manifesting your goals. You actually moved in. We're recording
yeah.
in your apartment.
Yeah. That was really funny because I didn't know that I had written that as a goal last year. Until Tim told me yesterday. And I was like, oh, wait, I did that. Because all the other goals you read, I was like,
true.
oh, I did that.
I did do that.
It was kind of some of them were half, yeah, I guess I kind of, but it wasn't I did that. But he was like, oh, you want to move that? And I was like, I did that. That's one thing I completely did. So That's
crazy.
good, but
yeah, I have to review what my goals were. I don't remember. We didn't talk about them, but you did it, and I moved into. There's always gonna be boxes you don't touch.
Yeah,
until
but
like 6
your
months later.
room at least is like
my room's
good.
set up. Maybe for another episode, you'll see my little den area where I teach and stuff. But we thought this would be a good opportunity to share some moving in stories about how it never goes to plan. It's the first time I've ever moved.
Yeah,
which was
the first time I
horrific.
remember moving.
And yeah, I mean, there's some funny stories and some like just things to watch out for. I would say
screaming.
But because I feel like we left everyone hanging our last episode, because I remember we were saying that we were kind of moved in, but we were still having to deal with Christmas and things were like kind of half-assed done. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So now I feel like we can say with confidence, like, no, we figured it out.
Pretty settled.
We did the thing.
Yeah.
One of the it ties into both moving in and like the new year starting. I don't even know how you can avoid this. You can't avoid this, but I hated it. And we had a home warranty. When you buy a house, I guess you can get a home warranty. It depends on which one. Like, then I talked to Tim afterwards. And he's like, yeah, that's a scam. I've heard from people. And I'm like, I'm so glad you tell me that now. But our water heater broke on New Year's Eve.
So that's what you were doing on New Year's
Eve. That's what I was doing on New Year's Eve. And come New Year's Day, like, we started 2021 with cold, like, it's winter.
Yeah.
This it's frigid. Like, you can't even wash a dish without like having your fingers become icicles, much less take a shower.
Baby wipes would have been like, I'm not getting in the shower, dude. I'm using baby wipes. I'm not doing this.
But I mean, there's nothing you can do. But my mom, also something that I didn't realize is that I know for you, your maintenance, like you couldn't have people come in for maintenance like during like from Christmas
to they were doing, because maintenance was like, y'all don't pay us enough to come into your nasty apartments while you've had people over and Rona is rampant, so they took off like a week, so they didn't come in till January 4th,
right? Or it's a holiday. For me, it was a holiday and you had to pay like an emergency fee for them to come over like on New Year's Day. But we found someone that it would work. And then my mom thought, because we had never, this one's a gas water heater versus an electric water heater. I guess we had an electric in our old house. Apparently gas is better.
I don't know.
Apparently it's like more efficient. Like it heats up water faster and the recovery time is also faster. My mom's afraid it'll blow up every 2 seconds, but that's why when it broke, we weren't sure if whether to try to restart the igniter. She's like, I don't know. So we called someone. She's like, you don't want to mess with that. But we had a new gas heater installed and now it's great and there's a warranty and all the things. But I'm just like, I guess the two things to say is that maybe gas is better than electric in my experience, because I will say the water never goes cold now and it used to in my other house. And do a really good house inspection. I don't know how you can get like a house inspector who will like
that will be able to look at the heater.
Yeah, I mean, it was like made in 2006, the one that was there before, and he said it was working fine. But apparently like a telltale sign that it's about to fizz out is that if it like goes from cold to hot very fast,
very quickly,
like unexpectedly, or like goes really hot all of a sudden, you know, like not regulated. So
like you don't touch the faucet and all of a sudden it gets
it's like
super hot.
Right. Yeah. So apparently that's a good sign, and I think that was happening before. I just, when it never happens to you, you don't know.
How are you supposed to know? I mean, that's really interesting though, because like that one thing I noticed about this apartment is that the water gets hot really fast, which is great, because which is really nice. I'm like, because sometimes you have to like wait for like you turn on a faucet and even though you turn on like only the hot side, you still have to like wait. But no, this gets hot and it gets like scalding hot, because I learned that the hard way when I'm like washing dishes like the first few nights I was here, and I just turned on the hot because I'm not used to it getting hot that fast or getting that hot. You want it to warm it up. And so I like turned it on and I'm like getting my dishes or whatever, I'm like, you know, and I put it under and it's like scalding hot, and I was like, holy crap. And it's not just like my sink, it's like my shower too, so I have to be careful about how I like regulate it. But I do like that it gets like really hot really, really fast, because then you waste less water, because I don't have to wait for like the water to like heat up.
That is true. I hadn't even thought about that,
because I'm like, I gotta pay for all of it, so I don't want to like leave water running for like super long time.
No, but it's more efficient, and it's really something you take for granted, because let me tell you, after like a day of no water, I mean, you have water but it's cold, so it's like useless.
It couldn't happen in the summer.
It really gets to you. In the summer it would have been fine, right? But right now
But
in
of
the
course,
winter,
it happened when it's like 30 degrees outside.
and I was like, wow, Happy New Year, everyone. And mom was like, I need to immediately get that fixed. And we did.
Yeah, that's one of those things that is like an emergency. Like, it's not one of those things like, oh, a cabinet broke, somebody's commit like that.
No, when you have to replace the whole thing, like I said, you have a home warranty, but it only covered $500 of like, I don't even remember what the final, like $2,000 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. I mean, yes, it's helpful, but I'm like, pick your home warranty as well. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to. I hope
That all seems like such a met. Like, I don't want to deal with anything.
buying a house.
No, I don't want to do that.
Apartment's different, but yeah,
Yeah.
buying a house because you need to get in an apartment. You don't have like an inspection because like they take
No.
care of everything. They know
Yeah.
that the unit is up to shape, and if there's anything that breaks,
I just put in a maintenance order and they come within like a few hours.
They
And I
fix
just
it.
sit here while they fix it and I don't have to pay them. Like,
It's just different.
It's just, I don't have to talk to them.
with a house, it's your responsibility. So
Yeah.
but it's okay. We're moving in. That's probably the worst thing I think that's happened up to this point. We had to fix a few more things, but nothing as big as the water heater going out.
To
Unexpected.
be honest, like that, it's always got to be something that's like it can't just be like, oh, we moved in last week and like the cabinet kind of is busted.
Oh
It's
no! Don't
gotta
even
be
say that. I
something
didn't even
like-
tell you about this, but one of the kitchen
What?
cabinets, we were storing some lids on it, like those long drawers where you store like cooking utensils,
Yeah.
like spoons, wooden
Mhm.
spoons, stuff like that. So I take it out. Of course, I always have to be the one to break it, but I pull it and it completely collapses. And it tears, like the wood breaks, and so now it's completely useless and we have to get someone in to come and fix
But
it.
see, that's
Can
what
you
I'm
imagine
saying,
pulling
like-
it out and it goes like boom 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 and it's like cracked,
But I'd
beyond-
rather have that happen than like the water heater.
Well,
like, you know what I mean?
yes.
Because like
But
now
I
you're
was
just
so
like,
annoyed. So I'm like, what else is gonna
Yeah.
break? I don't want to touch anything. Now every time I open a
Oh.
kitchen cabinet, I'm like, hello, because
You're
it,
just
like,
too rough on it,
completely-
maybe.
I didn't. You don't. Okay. It was the most like slight movement. I'm like, let me get this lid. Boom, and now it's completely like it's a piece
Wow.
of trash. I can't use it for nothing. But we have to get that fixed too. We haven't yet. So
yeah, but see,
little
that's the
things
thing
like
that you haven't yet because it's not an emergency. Like you're like, oh, I gotta get that fixed. Like, you know, I'd rather that happen 10 times over than anything so inconvenient that I'm like, I can't live my life right now. Like, I can't do anything right now.
Imagine if the water heater went out in this building.
Oh, I don't even know. Well,
People
because
would
I
riot.
don't know.
It's probably different because
how-
it's like an industrial.
Yeah, but then the other thing is like I pay for like water
true.
use. So I think in the closet or like by my washer and dryer, because I have in-unit washer and dryer too.
Which is fantastic.
So, oh, dude, that's could not catch me in a pub. I did that in college where I for 2 years had like public
no, thank you.
in the hall,
Mhm.
and like I just don't want to. That was my thing. I was like, if I'm gonna be in an apartment, I'm gonna do it the way I want. I'm gonna live by myself. I'm gonna have an in-unit. I did the thing for 4 years in college. I did that already. So if I'm going to be paying for an apartment, I'm going to have it the way I want it. And I want an in-unit washer and dryer. I'm not going to the freaking laundromat. I'm not going down the hall. People want to come pick up my trash right outside my door. Feel free. So I don't have to walk myself down the hall to drop it off, whatever.
Mhm.
So that's what's happening, but I still have to pay for water. But it's fine
Utilities,
because
utilities.
I will pay for water if I can have in-unit.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know if the water heater is like in here or not because there's a door that's locked over there.
Oh, so the one you can't
So-
open. So maybe.
Yeah,
or something
and I think
for
when I use like the washer or when I turn on like the dishwasher. I also have a dishwasher. It's really nice.
fancy. You really like listed all the things to all the
Well, because
appliances.
a lot of apartments don't come with a
Yeah,
dishwasher.
no, you're right.
They don't come with like an in-unit washer dryer. It's like in the basement or something. And I'm just like,
You have everything
no.
here, which is really nice. Like
Yeah.
if you want to spend the whole day in here, you don't need to leave, and you can get
And
everything
I
done you
do.
need to get done.
like on my day off, like on like a Friday or Saturday. So what day last week did I did not leave? I think that was Friday. I never left. I
I'm just
woke
chilling.
up, I lived in here, and I went back to bed like at that night. Like I just did not leave. But which is really nice. And I did laundry that day. And I washed dishes because I
did
could.
everything.
Yeah. It's like a little
Amazing. I don't know. Yeah, maybe your water heater's in there.
it's somewhere in there because the door's locked and sometimes I hear like
or something. Because I'm
moving.
like, I feel like that'd be really costly to have an individual unit for each.
yeah. I
each
don't
apartment.
know. I guess I
But-
could ask, but I'm not
You're
that
gonna
concerned.
interview I know, like it works.
It works. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care what's in there. Watch it be like a body or something, but it's locked, so I would never know. My
You're
key
so
doesn't
paranoid.
work.
You
My,
are
my
you're
key doesn't
so
work there
paranoid.
though, so
You're
who knows
so
what's in there
paranoid.
because it's
I'll
locked.
add this story in at some
I
point.
don't want to.
You're so paranoid.
I'm cautious.
Okay, no, you're not cautious. Okay. I visited Gabby for the first for the you know
no, because I know because it in my mind
it doesn't make sense.
It does
maybe
make sense.
It helps if we talk through it so that you can
Oh my
realize
God.
how.
No, we did talk
I told
through
my
it.
mom, and my mom was like cracking up. She was like, "Oh wow, that
you
be
didn't
me."
tell her, but you didn't tell her correctly. Probably you didn't tell her. Right.
I did. I did. I was like,
happened.
"Hey, I visited Gabby for the first time, and I'm already like, I don't want to touch anything."
Oh my
I'm
God,
like,
you can touch.
I know,
don't care what you do.
But I'm like letting you, you have your stuff the way you want it, because I already know Gabby's like prone to like.
What does this mean?
No, not. It's just like if I were to move that plant a little bit to the side, she would walk in 5 hours later and be like, "Oh my God, someone was in my apartment."
No. Here's the thing. I notice. That doesn't mean I care. Like when you came over here and you sat down and I was like, you can move the pillows or whatever. Like I don't care what you do. You can.
But in this instance, she did, and
it's just because I didn't see. Okay, go ahead.
Did see
I did not
because you remembered.
I
like,
do.
Oh, yes,
well,
I
yeah,
did.
but I wasn't paying attention to like what you were
doing. And here's the
doing.
thing: what really cracks me up about it is that I did it purposely.
Okay,
in
but
front
we
of you
have
so you
there's
could
like
see.
no context. We are not providing any context.
So I came to her apartment. We're just chilling. I forget. Oh, we were planning for the podcast.
Yeah.
And so I had a jacket I hadn't worn in a really long time, like a rain jacket, and I found in my pocket some old Ferrero Rocher wrappers.
Yeah.
And I in front of Gabby, I'm like, okay.
I was just like not paying attention.
I opened the trash can, pop those in there.
There was like 5 of them.
Yeah, that was a wreck. I know it was. And these gold.
It's like
foil
wrappers, they're gold
parts.
and then the brown on the bottom.
But I did it in front of her, and then I come to sit down. We do the rest, and we leave. We go to work. We come back, and I get a text at like 11 p.m.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Did you use my trash can?"
No. That's not what I said. I opened my trash can because I was throwing something away, and I looked and I noticed these, and they're very distinct wrappers.
They are.
They're like the gold with the brown,
are.
and I will because I looked at them and I was like, those look really familiar, but I couldn't place like where I'd seen them, and then finally I was like, oh, those are like Ferrero, whatever they're called, the chocolate wrappers, and I was like, I had some of those like around Christmas. I had like 1 or 2, but that was like weeks ago, and so I was like. And the only reason why I was like, I don't know where these came from is because once you told me, like, I remember I threw them, I was like, yes, I remember now, but I didn't see you eat them. Like you weren't eating them.
Right.
So I was just like, where did these come from? So yes, I texted Millie at like 11 o'clock and I was like, did you throw wrappers?
Did you use my trash can?
No, I didn't say, did you use, I said, did you throw, I said, this is a weird question, but did you throw away wrappers, like golden brown
and
wrappers?
I was like, I did it in front of you because I knew she probably thinks that there was someone while she was at work.
I don't know who's
eating
in here.
Candy, throwing away trash.
I don't know
in her
who be
apartment.
up in here.
You always be thinking that.
I don't know who up in here when I'm gone. I don't know.
So paranoid. But it's okay. At least I know now. Again, I'm very cognizant that if I'm going to move something,
oh my God. Well, no. Whatever. You think I'm like so like I promise if you come over here, you can touch and do whatever. It's just like if I notice that there's trash in my trash can that I know really for a fact that I did not put in there. And that was the other thing. It wasn't like a wrapper from something that I know I have in this apartment. It was a wrapper from something that I do not own. Right. So I was like, where did this come from? Like it had to come from somebody else.
I think it's good, especially when you live alone. I mean, my mom, again, was cracking up about it and telling me how she was remembering a conversation she had with someone who lived alone and how it's completely different. Because even if you're living with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever you're doing, there's someone else. Yeah. So if something's moved or some other piece of trash, like it's like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. It's this other person. Right. But when you're on your own, like you notice everything. And so in a sense that can lead to some paranoia. I'm not saying you're paranoid. Well, but also that this lady really enjoyed that if she put something in her fridge, it wouldn't be half eaten or moved. So like, I know I put this here and it's gonna be right there.
Like, so what's it's where, just different. And like when we leave and I come back and the pillow's like moved, well, I know like, because I had somebody here. So like things are gonna be moved and touched and whatever. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't freak me out. If I leave tomorrow morning and I come back and things are moved, well, we got a problem because no one was in here or should have been in here.
I'm screaming. So like there's a problem.
Someone has broken into my apartment. Yes.
But no, because you're right. Because I think back and you're used to living in college with like roommates. Yeah, you had roommates every time, right? Yeah. So
I mean, I had my junior and senior year. I had my own room, but I still lived with 2 other people.
There's a common area.
It was a common area and kitchen. Yeah. So that, yes. So it's just different. I don't know. So yes, not paranoid. Well, sometimes
I would be paranoid doing the parking garage thing at night. When I was in college and I did that, I'm like, you run to your car and you're like,
it's kind of that. I mean, especially I get home late on a lot of nights, like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I get home late, but it's okay. It's just like
I mean, it's pretty secure.
It is. Like,
You
there's a
can't
huge
easily
gate.
get into it.
Yeah.
There's a huge gate, and you need access to the doors with like a card or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's just like it's the only thing that like
I just don't prefer walking through the parking garage. But
Mhm.
now I'm just kind of like, well,
this is my life.
this is what you got to do.
Mhm.
But like I said, did I text you on like that was Sunday night that I
What?
literally was like, I walked down the stairwell of the parking garage because I had to park like on a floor up.
Wait, you can
And
actually,
I opened, I'm telling
Dude,
you, I
okay.
opened the
Wow.
door.
I didn't think you would share this.
No, but I just have to tell you because this
Oh my
is like the
gosh.
life of like parking garage. It smelled like absolute poop. Like it smelled like poop. Like I was like, I guarantee if I go down another flight, I will see like
Yep.
poop on the stairs or something.
Gabby did text me.
And I text you.
she's
I
like-
was like,
She's
it
like,
smells.
sis, if I like walk down another flight, I swear I would see like just a load of crap.
Someone lost their
On the
life.
corner.
Like on
They didn't make it to their apartment.
They did not, and they were
That's
like,
so
you know
sad.
what? Usually the parking garage stairwell smells like weed, but it usually smells like
Which is
complete
true.
marijuana.
Yeah.
But like, it smelled like absolute like human crap. Like it
Not even
smelled-
dog crap, which smells
No,
different.
it wasn't like
it's
animal.
like someone lost their life.
Yeah.
They were either confused, drunk, high,
This was not.
or desperate.
Oh yeah,
And
and it was Sunday night. It wasn't like a
and you know that
Saturday
it's,
night.
it's one of those things that you're like, I can't be imagining it. You almost want to like just peek and be like,
So,
I
like-
can't be insane.
like I have
but
to
you're
look.
like, you're too scared. So like, let
Yeah.
me just go home. Let me,
I was like, I'm not gonna
let me
walk
end
down.
this night
So
with
I was on the
dignity.
6th floor, and I was like, I'm not gonna walk down 6 flights of stairs to like look for poop.
dude.
I should have, because I will see. I went there yesterday. I didn't smell it. Maybe someone cleaned it up.
Well, I would assume so. Like people have to go through and make sure no one's like dead or
Right? Yeah.
you know how we talk about
Dead
murders
people.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sure there's
I know.
security.
Sometimes I'm always like wondering, like, when's the day I'm gonna come across a body? Like, when's it happening? I don't know.
That's not a normal
One-
person's
one day.
thoughts, but
Well, you never know. Like, you sometimes you open a door you're not familiar with, or you go to somewhere and you come around a corner and you're like, what's gonna be here? A
And-
body? Maybe.
and
Nah.
then you'd probably be like, today's the day that it happened. I
Yep.
knew it would.
Let me call someone about this.
Really? No.
Yep.
Wow.
So, but
Poop.
I smelled crap, and it was not animal. This was very human. Well,
I'm-
it was so human. It was animal. It was so human. It was like, wow, a human did
like,
that.
like you texted me
It
and I was like,
beastly, dude.
I was,
It was, it was like really, really bad. And I was like, what's happening in this apartment complex right now?
you said beastly.
It was really bad.
So-
Like, I can't describe to you how it wasn't like, ooh, it was like, this is,
like
this
pungent.
is bad.
It's like,
yeah.
and also, I mean, bad on him. I'm like, I don't know if your apartment was located on the first floor that you failed to get to in time.
I don't know
but
what was happening in that stairwell.
If it was on the lower level, then that like just arises.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
it's closed. It's like a closed stairwell.
It is.
It can't air out.
No.
Like the parking garage is open, but the
Yeah, but the
stairwell's
stairwell is
So-
doors. Yeah.
closed. It was just like a crap bomb.
Yes.
And then it just
It's like
kept-
a tunnel. It's like a funnel of like crap.
Whatever smell is going on, you will
So,
get it.
As soon as I opened the
I
door,
hate
I
that
was
for
like,
you. I hate that
whoa.
for the person that it happened to.
I hope they're okay.
But also, I mean, you just described their crap as beastly. So, like, imagine if that person was listening to it and be like, "Oh my god, dude, someone smelled my crap."
well,
But
they just. I mean,
I mean,
I
it
hope they're
happens.
okay.
No shame, but
Well, a little bit of shame. 'Cause you did it in the stairwell, but that's okay.
I love how it could be something else.
Slight shame.
But
It
you-
could. You know what? It could be, but I don't know what it would have been. I have no idea. I have no clue. What else would be that? Exactly.
Maybe a baby diaper. I don't know. No, because baby poop smells different too.
No, it was something.
It's like an adult beastly crap.
I don't listen. I don't know what it was. It was a horrific smell. I just thought I'd
I
put that out there.
Dude, if you ever smell that again, I'd be like, you need to move out. Because
If I walk into the parking garage today to go to my car and I smell that, I will riot.
you call the front desk and be like, hello,
just to let everyone know.
can you clean a situation that's happening? I'm sure they have to take care of it, but I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, because I see people like there's usually a guy during the day like going around cleaning up trash in the parking garage. So I don't know if it's his job or like how you get that. You hose it
How you get that-
down?
how you get that out of there?
I don't know.
Dude, that's
Gross. I don't want to think about that. I don't know how we got on the subject. Well, I
You-
mean, I
you
do.
brought
but
that
I know.
fully into here,
I know.
but
I didn't
it's
mean to
fine.
talk about it in such great length, but here we are.
That's disgusting. I
It
never
is.
thought you would have actually like had the guts to be like, I smell
just
crap
thought I'd
in the
mention
stairwell,
it.
but no, you did. So that's never happened in my community. Haven't now that I've been around. I saw the sports facility, but no crap smell anywhere around
The
or in my
sports
house.
facility
Sports
sounds
facility.
so elite.
I hate that she thinks it's elite, but
a
it's
sports
just it has like a
facility.
pool, and
Oh, you have a pool? That's nice. I have a pool too. I don't know why I'm
and like a little gym. It's actually quite smaller than I thought it would be. Like it's really nice, but it's small because there's a lot of houses back there.
Yeah, I wonder how
like,
many
every
people
time
use
someone
it.
visits-
like on a regular basis.
No, but they have. It's kind of you have to sign up
Oh.
on like an online portal, and only a certain amount of people are allowed at a time. So they're really good about COVID. There's even some things that are closed. Like I really wanted to do the rock climbing wall because I really enjoyed that.
Fun.
But it's closed.
Oh, snap.
And so I don't remember if the sauna was closed either. But yeah, we'll see. COVID go away so I can enjoy my sports facility.
I thought you were gonna rhyme, but you didn't.
I tried, but I'm not that fast.
COVID go away so I can enjoy my sports facility.
Yep.
That
It's poetic though.
it is.
It's just not to rhyme. It's okay.
No, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Poems don't have to rhyme. It was a good thought. Well, yeah.
So you have crap?
Listen, it's apartment living. It's Do you hear the dog barking? Do you hear him whining?
But that's not as bad as it was when we came in.
I thought I heard him. Maybe I didn't.
These walls are like super thin. I would think they'd insulate.
Well,
them
I
more.
don't know if it's super thin
Or
or
that
he's
you
just.
told me, was it last night that you said you were taking a shower and you smelled garlic? I would be
Yes,
so
the
upset.
people next to me.
Dude, the amount of smells that are permeating.
My
through this
bathroom
area.
wall is shared with their kitchen wall, and so whatever they were cooking, I was smelling. So it was like the weirdest sensation to be in the shower with like my Caress body wash smelling garlic. That is him whining.
Wow,
He's so
really
sad.
tracking.
I don't
He
know
is
where his
sad. He's
parents
no
are
longer, No longer barking. It's probably that they've been there with him like nonstop all the time,
And now they're
both
gone.
gone or whatever.
The dog is like
He's all
freaking
alone.
out.
But you told him to hush.
I did tell him to hush. Because that's what I didn't yell at the dog for no reason. I hear every time like his owners or his parents are home and I hear him start to bark, he's whining.
He is. He's not barking anymore.
Now he's sad. But like whoever over there will yell at him to like, they'll be like, hush or be quiet. And then he'll quiet down. So I tried it and it worked. I'm not going to yell at him right now because he's crying. He's a little baby crying.
I don't even know if they can hear that. It's pretty quiet. The barking,
It is
they
quiet,
might have,
yeah.
but
if he was starting to bark like he was this morning, they would definitely hear
you're
it.
gonna yell hush. In the middle of an episode.
I'll yell hush. But he's whining right now, so he's okay.
He's okay. He's okay.
Hopefully his mom or dad comes home soon. I think it's just guys over there. Hopefully his dads come home soon.
But yeah, no, thin walls, your shower, fixing maintenance. It's just your problems with like installing things.
I didn't
really
install
exist.
anything.
That's what I'm saying. Either your dad helped you,
Oh, yeah.
or like that shower.
Oh, my shower
problem, which is another.
God.
Okay, if you didn't think the trash can thing was extra,
Okay, no, but
on
this
Christmas Eve,
Okay, also this
I get
happened on Christmas Eve. Oh,
another
no.
story
But
from Gabrielle.
This is actually.
she didn't even text me. That's how down the drain she was of like
Did I
in
not?
her own. No, you didn't. You told me
Did I tell you the next day?
no, like that Sunday.
Oh,
That you're like, I
Oh,
spent
yeah.
Christmas Eve like
freaking out.
freaking out.
I think I was
Like,
talking to
legit-
Candace because I'd
legitimately
already
freaking
been
out.
talking to her, and then I came back and I was like, oh my God, my shower. Yeah, so my shower. But that was okay. Not as much paranoia because I was overtired, and I think that
You were.
contributed to.
And you were like listening to true
okay,
crime
but that's what I
podcasts
usually
when
do though.
Yeah, but
So that's
on,
nothing
like,
different.
together though.
It's a good cocktail right there. But yeah, so I came back on Christmas Eve and we were at work till like, I don't know, 9 or something. And I get back at like 9:30.
and it was like working all day.
Yeah, we'd been working all day. We were up Christmas Eve morning. We were up until like 2 or 3 in the morning. And then we went to bed. And then I think we were all up by like 4 the next. Well, it was the same morning. 2
Yes.
hours later,
Yeah.
we woke up again. And then we were up. And so I think I was overtired. So anyway,
Yeah.
so I come home and on Christmas Eve at like 9:30. And the only how many times did I say this on Christmas Eve? I just want to take a shower. I just want to go home and take a shower.
You did.
Because that's like
It was like
sometimes
obsessive almost.
that's like the highlight.
But it was good. I mean,
That's
I
like
feel
the
the
highlight
same,
of my
same
day
energy.
at times. Like depending on what I'm doing in the day, like sometimes that's just like the thing that I like look forward to the most is like
Which
taking a shower because I take showers at night.
yes, and it's really nice. And it was, here's the thing, we were doing like an outdoor movie theater thing.
Yes, and it was
for the film.
raining.
It was raining and it was really
freezing.
cold. So me and Gabby were like huddled up in the back of this van.
That sounds shifty, but we were.
We were because the projector was in there because it was raining and like the stressful, like he was trying to back up into the curb. Like there was so many things happening. We didn't think it was gonna work. We were getting wet and it was like cold.
It wasn't like
cold rain.
And it wasn't. Yeah, it was a cold rain. The weather wasn't terribly cold, but the rain was cold.
Right.
And it wasn't like rain. It was like torrential downpour.
deluge.
Like we were soaked by the time we were done. And so I was like, I cannot wait to go home and take a shower. I had a whole plan. This was my plan. I was going to come home. It was Christmas Eve. And I was just coming back to my apartment. I was going to come home. I was going to take a shower. I had like a hard lemonade in the fridge. I was going to drink that. I was going to sit down. I was going to watch A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey, of course. And then I was going to watch The Grinch with Jim Carrey, of course. And that was what I was going to do. And I was so looking forward to it. And then I was going to go to bed and wake up on Christmas Day and drive over to my parents' house and like live my life. Okay, so I get home. The door is locked, as it usually is, because I always lock it. You can't lock it from like the inside and then leave. So the door was locked. I don't know why in my mind. Anyway, that didn't occur to me till the next day. But so I come in, I go to my bathroom. I'm like getting all my stuff ready for my shower. I turn on because I always listen to music when I'm in the shower on my phone. So I had my music going and I was just like vibing. So I turn the shower on. It explodes like everywhere. I'm like shocked because water in the way. Okay, so I have like a glass. I don't have a shower curtain. There's no tub. It's just a glass like an actual door. Yeah.
And if you have a corner shower, it's like that style.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, what is happening? Water is spraying over the top of the glass door onto my bathroom floor. And it's spraying everywhere. And I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like half shocked. And once again, I'm like very tired.
Yes.
So it took me a minute to like comprehend. So I turn it off and I'm like standing there and my floor is soaked.
I hate
and
that
I'm like, what is going on? So what had happened was I don't know what it's called, like the shower head where the seal is had split from from the metal part. So water was, instead of flowing through it was going off faucet, it was going through the side. And it just so happened where it split was like at the top and it was arching over the door and onto the floor. Okay, well in my mind, that is too precise, too convenient, too specific of a problem. Of a problem that the arc goes perfectly over the door and onto my shower floor. Like it just it wasn't random enough for me. You know, it was too,
of course, you're
too
overtired
planned in my mind. And so I'm like, what? So I angle it in a way that, because you can like twist it, I angled it down so that it's like spraying like on the inside and I could still take a shower. But by that point, I'm like, I jumped from being like, oh, the logical conclusion of being like, oh, this is just an old shower head. It's the seal broke. I'll get a new one. To then being like, that didn't even really occur to me. I jumped from, wow, it's broken immediately to someone must have been tampering with it. So
I love how that jump. No, that's like
it's a leap.
It's a leap.
It's a leap. So I'm like literally looking around like behind. I'm like, what is going on? And I go out in my living room and I'm looking. So then I'm looking for other things that are like moved or tampered with or like missing. And I'm like, who's on Christmas Eve? This is how I spent my Christmas Eve, y'all. And I was like, who's been in here? Like what somebody. So then this just snowballs into like more thinking, because then I'm like, I bet it was my neighbors. I've never met my neighbors. Don't know what they look like. And I was like, it's probably my neighbors that are like right next door to me by my bathroom.
They would come in and tamper with the shower.
Because they would do that because I play music when I'm in the shower. And I was like, I bet my music is too loud when I'm in the shower. And so they got pissed and they came in here on Christmas Eve.
You sound like a psychopath, but it's fine. Because I think
people out loud
it's like really
really
but when
embarrassing.
You're by yourself and have no one to like bounce off of, because like if she had texted me, I would have been like, let's discuss.
You'd have been like, what are you talking about?
Well, I would have been scared for my life because I'm like, it's fine. But I also would have been like, it's okay. No one hates your music and has come in to tamper specifically and make the water go to that specific point that you think.
It's just like, I don't know what was happening in my brain. But when anyway, so I took a shower. My mood was ruined because I was angry. And then I was also paranoid because I was just like so pissed that I had to clean up water off my bathroom floor and blah, blah, blah. So I like sat down on my couch.
You just have your hard lemonade?
No, I was too upset. I was too like, I was like, this, it's
Did
just
you
ruined.
watch movies?
No, I didn't watch. I wasn't in the mood.
Like wrecked your night.
So I watched like something on TV for like an hour, but it wasn't the movies I was going to watch. I didn't watch those because it was just ruined for me. And I didn't even Jim Carrey couldn't make me in a better mood that day. And so then I went to bed paranoid. So I woke up the next morning after getting like a nice 7 hours of sleep. The first thought I had in the morning was like, what was I thinking last night? And that's just, I say all this to say that like, yes, I'm a naturally like not naturally paranoid, but naturally like cognizant person. I don't know. Like I notice things and whatever, but like I can definitely understand now how people really like talk themselves into like
stuff. Yeah.
And then they end up calling the cops and the cops show up. Like imagine if I called the police and they showed up and I said, I think my neighbors who I've never met and who do not know me came in here when I was gone on Christmas Eve and tampered with my shower because they're mad that I play my music too loud every 15 minutes a day when I'm in the shower.
That's what it was.
Like
still
imagine if I wasn't about to call the cops, but like imagine if that's like, that's insane.
No,
like doesn't even sound right.
Have people that they go see.
That's what I'm saying.
Stories.
But like I used to be like, why would someone call the cops? Like that's so every time you hear like a weird story like that, you're like, well, these people are insane. Like they're so paranoid. But then I kind of can understand now how people like they have one thought and like you said, there's no one here to like
talk you off
of the ledge. And so it just spirals into more stuff. And like I said, I was already overtired. I was already like done with the day. So I just, anyway, now every time something happens, I'm like, it's not a conspiracy. It's just what happens.
It'll be fine.
It's
right.
just,
right.
Just what happens.
It's an adjustment.
It's
like everything's
fine.
different. Like, especially when you like, even if that had happened, but you live in your own house, you could not easily like, justify the same thing. Like someone could still have come in and tampered with it, but like you live with other people. So it's just different. Like you feel differently.
You just feel like not safer because I don't feel unsafe here. Like I didn't, but you just feel like, I don't know.
You
like,
don't have that
there's
like
another
in the back of your mind,
explanation
like, oh,
or
this
something.
makes sense.
Yeah. And I don't know. So that was fun. But now nothing else is broken. A light bulb blew, but I don't really use that light, so I don't really care too much about it. But when it did blow, I didn't say someone in here must have tampered with the light. I just said,
I had a light bulb that blew, and I never once thought
you
that.
never thought that,
which is normal.
Interesting.
I probably wasn't overtired.
Yeah,
and
it just
like,
it was like the perfect storm that night. It was Christmas Eve. I was so tired. I was so pissed off. I was so ready to just do my thing and live my life. And the shower breaks. And so I think my mind was like the only explanation because God would not have let this happen to me if like this. It must have been an outside influence that came in here and did this
with your shower.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Then I thought maybe demons.
What's worse, dude? Having like a nervous breakdown or having cold water? Those are pretty
equatable.
They are equatable. That's pretty sad right there.
Wow.
Things breaking. At least, I mean, between maintenance and your dad, you've
now I got a new shower head. Well, because then I was like,
you do.
Like,
now you have like a good thing
yes.
out of the whole experience.
It did because then the maintenance people had already put out a notice like we're not coming until January 4th. We're not coming in over the holidays unless it's an emergency. And this wasn't really an emergency. My shower still worked. It was just coming out the side a little bit, not a little bit, a lot of it, but I still could take a shower. And so then I was like, okay, well, my dad can come over and replace that. So he did. And then, but by that point I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, I can get whatever shower head I want. Yeah. So I got one of them nice handheld ones. Yeah. So it did come out. Now I got a new nice shower head and it's a handheld and it has all these different settings on it. So I'm like, okay, well.
Now every time you look at the nice shower head, you're like, wow, let me not bring myself to that point ever again.
That was when I'm
pretty
telling
perfect.
You,
Because when you explained to me on Sunday, I was like, I'm so sorry for you.
Like I'm so
I was
certain.
like, you could have. I mean, I knew you were texting Candace, but like,
she was like, what?
To have some outside source to be like, it's okay. I would have been like, it's been a really long day. Because I remember getting home after Christmas Eve, which is typical, but it was just like more tiring than usual.
Yeah,
Christmas
like that's what I'm saying. Like
church.
past tired, like just past tired.
And like I ate, but I didn't really eat, and you're just like dead inside.
Yeah.
So I know that if I was faced with a similar situation, I probably would have thought maybe not to the extent because I'm just not prone to that. But who knows though? Who knows? God. Maybe if I was living on my own, yes, I would probably feel way differently about it. But
I don't know what happened. It's fine. I've never. I promise anytime anything that like breaks, that's not my first thought. It was the perfect storm on that night.
Christmas Eve.
Yes.
That's what it was. So hopefully next Christmas Eve we have a more peaceful, calm.
I can watch my Jim Carrey Christmas movies and drink.
Have your hard lemonade.
And just live my life like I want to. But it's fine.
It's wild.
So there's apartment living.
We're figuring it out. And a house is different because like you got to install everything on your own.
Yeah, sucks. Dude,
I've been telling Gabby like, I feel like every time I see her, it's like a new update on me trying to hang my damn TVs on the wall because...
Yeah, but you got them hung.
Well, the one in the den still the one in the den. I was so scared.
Snap.
I think I had like really old tools. And so the first time I'm trying to... I mean, maybe not everyone knows, but like there's studs in your wall, obviously. And so I thought that it was a metal stud because it wouldn't go through a certain depth. And I think it's also one of those things that when I'm trying to do things when I'm overtired, you're not thinking through. So eventually I'm like, I'm going to buy these special like flip anchors to go through. And then eventually I realized, oh, I think I need a new drill because it needs to be a big enough bit. And like, I've already spent so much money going back and forth to Home Depot because I get so frustrated. Like for me, I'm like, I should know how to do this. I even talked to your dad the other last time I visited. He's like, oh, Gabby told me you know how to build things. So I built like our desk. And I'm like, I can do this. I'm a girl, but I can still like hang a TV because I have before. And I hung the one in my mom's room. It's successful. It's hung. If it falls, I will have a fit. Like I'll be so upset, but I don't think it will. But the one downstairs is like a big like 50-inch that we brought from our old place. It's newer, but it's still like heavier than a 50 inches right now. But I still wanted to use it, and I bought the stand, but these studs are farther apart than a typical house. Don't ask me why. And so one can go on the studs. I got the drill bit, but then this other part, it's just drywall. And so I end up like making this humongous, not humongous, but to be humongous hole on the wall.
You're gonna have like holes all over the...
I know. And we freshly painted this room. So that's why I'm like upset with myself because I'm like, I should know what I'm doing. But now it's like the stand is attached. We just, maybe tomorrow I'll have like, we have to put the TV up and hope it doesn't fall. Because we first did it and I was using like not cheaper but different style like drywall anchors, but they don't hold as much weight. And so the top one was like coming off.
Dude, it's gonna like rip down your wall.
But no, I think I flipped it to something a little bit sturdier. And so I need to like hang the TV and I'll be able to sit on my futon and watch TV down there. And if the TV falls on me, at least I know I got it to hang for however many days.
I feel like in like 2 weeks, it's just you're gonna have holes all over the wall, and I'm gonna like come over, and it's just gonna be like holes everywhere, and but the TV's gonna be hung, but there's gonna be like holes all over the place.
It's not that bad. I've used the same holes. Only for my mom's, I ended up doing a little bit lower, but the TV actually covers. Like I spackled over it. Yeah. It's a different. I don't have the paint, but.
Dude, I love
the TV
that.
covered. The
I love
TV.
how you're like, it's okay. It's fine.
Because like this house has a paint color for every room. So it's like a light beige or a gray or whatever it is. Like the room downstairs you saw, it's Stony Isle.
Yes.
I'm obsessed. But in our other one, it was just like all white. So you could literally do anything. I can spackle it and do any white paint and it's like totally fine. But it's a whole different, I'm getting used to it. But it's one of those things. If you're overtired, anything can be frustrating. Anything can be paranoid.
Put a hole in your wall.
And you'll freak out and you'll be upset with everything and everyone and the world's out to get you.
Yep.
So maybe the lesson here is that
is there a
when
lesson?
You're moving, get enough sleep. Get enough sleep and have people around you to be like, we're gonna figure this out.
To tell you that there's nobody in your place. Yeah. Okay. Next time I think there's someone in here, I'm just gonna call you.
It's
and
probably
be like,
gonna be me throwing something else away.
I'm gonna be like, there's somebody in here, and then you're gonna be like, no, there's not, and actually there's gonna be somebody, and I'm gonna be murdered, and it's gonna be your fault. So that's the lesson.
So I also hate how much we mentioned like
no
murders and crimes in this episode because our next episode we're like working I'm just saying we're working ourselves up because the next episode is gonna be about like.
Oh yes, crime, isn't it?
And we mentioned so much about that in this episode. So maybe it's because it's on our mind, but just be safe, everyone.
However, we started with like, we moved in and now we're like, be safe because you never know what could happen.
Well, if you live in a college dorm, those places are going to be shifty too.
They can.
An apartment by yourself. With your own family, you never know.
Your own family, dude. But you never know. These people might snap off one day.
No. In a post-COVID world, I feel like you see another human being and you're like, you might kill me.
You know what? That's actually pretty valid. Either you like want to like be with the person so much and you're like, wow, interaction, or you're like, I will murder you right now. Not me, just people. Other people, not me.
It's okay. It's like that time we walked out to the parking lot and there was a car like behind ours. And
I was like, what is happening?
And I was holding my keys between my knuckles and I was like, okay, I'm about to murder someone.
Always.
But we made it through. I don't even know what that person was doing. But you got to watch out for each other. And when you have a more paranoid friend than like Gabby's more paranoid than I am, I'm still very aware of my surroundings. It's just the type of parents we had. I know you don't think I am. I'm much less than... I'm good. I just feel like you have that extra level of like, someone's out to kill me every day than I do.
I mean,
but Yes,
I don't know what these
grew
people
up-
are thinking around me. I don't know what they're thinking. Got a crazy look in their eyes all the time. I don't know what they fitting to do.
Sis, that's everyone.
That's what I'm
nowadays.
saying. I don't know what
Everyone.
anybody's thinking. I don't
The
know what
world
they
is like going down the drain.
could pop off any moment.
This is such a horrendous note to end the episode on.
Okay,
We're,
let's
like,
end on
we're
a-
very happy where we are with
Yes.
figuring life out. Gabby hasn't texted me about something going wrong in like the last few days, so we're like,
It's
have a
been
streak.
like a week.
A week. We have a week streak. We're happily doing our own thing. We have our SMART goals. We're bringing it all the way. We're bringing it back.
2021 is gonna be great. I'm putting it
Amen.
on record.
Put it on record.
Manifest it. Oh, look, we're
Manifest
bringing
your
it full
goals.
circle. Here we
We're
are.
bringing it full
Okay,
circle.
here we go.
We're gonna manifest our goals.
Manifest.
We have to share what they are. I at least.
I don't want to share.
I'm gonna share different numbers to everyone, but I want to release at least hopefully one song this year.
Yeah, and it's gonna be. Am I allowed to say it?
You could say it. I'm
Oh,
upset at myself,
I'm
because
upset. Okay, here's the thing. We probably should provide context though, because there's no context.
I didn't provide context to Tim last night,
Which is really funny because I know he was like, "Why this song?" But okay, so I really like Whitney Houston,
oh, it was just a queen.
of course, and rest in peace. But her song "I Want to Dance with Somebody" is a bop.
It is.
I love that song. I love it so much. I mean, I like most of her songs, but like that's good bop to like be dancing to and like.
Well, we were
blah, blah,
discussing it
blah.
because I mean, my mom also loves that song.
Does
She's like
she?
always.
Yeah.
That song comes on, and your moms are always gonna be like,
You can't not dance
dance
to
to
that
it.
song. Like it's so good.
And we thought, what if we switch it around?
Yeah,
Flip
because
it.
then I was talking. We were listening to the car one day, and I don't know if it was in the car or what we were doing, but we were listening to it, and I was like, "This song is really sad." Like, if you listen to the lyrics, like Whitney, like she's so sad right now, and so I was like, it's just seems like one of those songs that you could totally make into like a ballad, and it'd be like really soft and sad and like acoustic, and just like wow,
a moment.
like emotional, and so
I thought that would be a cool idea because I didn't want to start off with like an original song that I write. I will want to do that, but a cover's easier. And I thought like that's a song that's really popular because you also want to think like smart business wise, like something that
people
look
already
up,
know.
already
Yeah.
know, but could be really different. Because I'm like, I'm sure some people would be really into like having that be not a wedding song, but like like in different occasions, and have like. It's like have you ever seen that trend when they put Christmas songs from a major key to a minor key and it's like spooky?
Yes, yeah.
So kind of similar. Like I'm really into that, changing their perception, whether it's with tempo, slowing it down, changing it to be like spookier, so that people experience a song that they know really well in a new way. So that's interesting to me, like a good challenge while still being like, I don't have to write the song. I just have to
like
interpret
redo
it
it a
in
little
a new
bit.
way.
Yeah.
So I sent Tim last night how the piano would sound for the chorus, and I'm sure he was still very confused, but he's all for it. So
That's gonna be my. Are you gonna have it done by my birthday?
I hope so.
My birthday song, birthday
song.
present.
Yeah, because if I want to do 3 songs this year, I said 1, but 3, I wanted to do 2 covers and then an original maybe around the fall.
Yeah,
Here I am telling it to everyone, so I really feel
you did that. I'm not.
I
doing
did that.
nothing.
You're not sharing yours?
No, I'm not sharing.
I know you
anything.
want to write more.
Yeah,
you
but
gotta write
that's
at least
too
one
vague.
short
That's
story.
too,
Yeah, Tim called you out, so I'm about to call you out.
I don't want to be. You don't
too.
remember what I
Short-
said though.
You didn't even tell me what you said. Like a
No,
short
but
story.
you didn't remember what I texted.
A short story by March 1st.
Oh snap! You do remember? No, but that's not. I'll
March
probably
1st is the
change
date.
it.
You probably changed to a later date.
No,
Maybe you should do
'Cause
it by your
said-
birthday too.
No.
Is it for like to enter in a competition or just something you want to produce?
No, unless there's competition around that time. But I just pick that date randomly.
You know what? Because I don't know. You can self-publish stuff, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
You're like,
yeah,
but I'm gonna have it just be for
but I'm not gonna
myself.
just like I mean, it would probably be like a book
Unless
of short
you really
stories
like it.
instead of being like one story. Like
Because
I'm not,
I did some research on like how I can actually like release music to everything.
yeah, you
so,
can self-publish whatever you want if you find a printing.
but I guess it's hard
press.
to make.
Yeah, if it's
Depends on what
self-published.
company you do, though.
Well,
I'm
but
sure
if
there's some ways
if
to make
it's
money.
self-published, then it's up to you to sell it to people. Whereas a publishing company sells it to stores,
I see.
bookstores, other people, other distributors. But if it's self-published, it's like
Good
I have it
luck.
in my apartment and I go to someone on the street and say, "Hey, will you buy my book?" It's like a mixtape.
Interesting.
So yeah, self-publication. A lot of people do that to like at least get a
Have a
book
really
out
start,
there.
right.
But like, yeah. Plus, it's more expensive. You're paying out of pocket for self-publication as opposed to if you have a publishing company,
and you have like a deal with them.
you can have a deal. Yeah, as long as they like your stuff. If they don't like your stuff anymore, then they sometimes will
You're
drop
done.
you. And
You're
that's why
done.
I'm always very curious when I like been reading an author for a long time and all of a sudden their new book has a different publisher and I'm like, interesting. Wonder why. But anyway, yeah.
Gotta just scam the system in 2021 because I feel like 2020 scammed us.
It did.
So
Scammed everybody.
back.
So we're gonna 2021 scam your life with other people's money.
Natural. Don't go broke. Don't get sick. Still stay safe.
Yeah.
Get your vaccines whenever you can.
get
Wear your
vaccinated.
mask and
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Make your money.
There you go. I mean, really, that's
your own
those are the
money.
basis of 2021. That's what we're doing. That's a
we're
good
doing,
note to end
both
on,
of
I think.
us, and we want you to join us on this journey.
Yep.
The next episode's gonna be something I am not like used to, but it's fine. We're gonna
It's gonna be great.
make you even more paranoid. So
To be honest, yeah, that's only gonna feed into my paranoia. But it's good. It's all good.
it's all good.
It's all good. Okay.
And we're back on a schedule, so we will see you every Thursday. The episodes get released at 5 a.m. You can follow our Instagram. One of my 2021 goal. I know that Gabby doesn't care.
I do
but
care.
to actually post on Instagram.
We just don't. There's nothing to post because we're boring because it's 2021 with Rona
Still
and
with
there's nothing
Rona.
to
I
do.
mean, you're right. But we'll try.
We will
so-
try to post something. Yes. Follow us
And
on
even if we don't do
Instagram.
anything, we always release an episode every Thursday.
That's true.
For 17 weeks,
Yep.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's our next season 5. So
Yep.
we hope you enjoy it. Thanks
Cool.
for joining us
Yep. We'll see you next week.
next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.